have gotten so many Kindle books over the last few weeks that I honestly don't even know what to do with myself, so I am making this video as a sort of record and a sort of accountability and a sort of like, hey you, have you heard of this or read it, and should I read it first or second, last, or never? So I'm just gonna go over the like 10-ish or so, a little less than 10, Kindle books that I have lined up and let you know what I'm anticipating, why I was excited about them, and the tiniest of synopses. So let's get into this. First up is Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. This is a new book that is about basically a family in Ohio who lives in a very poor region, and though the world around them is beautiful, life itself is very harsh. What excited me about this one is that it's set again in my general region, not where I grew up, but the general region where I grew up, where a lot of culture is similar. So I was excited about that. It is fiction, but I just like to see how it's portrayed, especially in, the modern day, as opposed to topics from forever ago, because people are kind of having a renewed interest in this with books like Hillbilly Elegy and Hill Women, which I just reviewed, Educated, just the differences in rural communities and what they appeal to. So I'm excited about that one, and I do think that I will be reading it very, very soon, but you let me know if I should do otherwise. Next is The End of October by Lawrence Wright. This one is actually very hauntingly similar to the current times, the situation, which is that this is about a virus, a disease that knocks out a great deal of the population, and that has always appealed to me. Who doesn't like a good apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic, pre-apocalyptic, whatever? It's just fascinating. Why are we so obsessed with it in the last decade? I couldn't tell you, but I do know that I still find it fun. So I'm excited to read this, but it is very long, so I'm kind of intimidated by that, especially on Kindle, because Kindle reading is just different for me. I don't do it that often. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do on this one. It sounds fun. It sounds good. But I look at that page length number, and I'm not going to lie to you, I get a little like, Next up is The Golden Cage, another mystery thriller. I can't help myself. And this one is basically about the second wife of a billionaire and how she's going to like get revenge on him. And I don't know what to tell you, except it just sounded fun and the cover looked pretty, and therefore I got it. And I do think I'll end up reading this sooner rather than later, because I just love mystery thrillers. I just love them, and I haven't read that many great ones of late, so I'm hoping that this will be a really good one. Next is The Sea Wife. It is by Amity Gage, and I was excited about this one because it is about a family who takes their like suburban family and then they go on a sailboat for a year, and it completely upends their lives. That just sounds interesting on a family dynamic standpoint. I do not read a lot of like family stories because I often find the themes kind of exhausting, but if there is a darker tone, then I usually like it. What is that? What's wrong with me? I don't know. But I was intrigued by this one, and it does sound very good. If the writing is good, then I will be probably 100% sold on this, but I'm always a little hesitant going into these. I think I'm going to give it a try, but I'm not going to lie to you. I'm worried it's going to be one of those ones like Disappearing Earth where I say I'm going to read it and everyone's like, oh, it's wonderful, and then I never read it. Disappearing Earth, it's still on my TBR. You can probably see it if you look hard enough. Next is Devolution by Max Brooks. This is basically like a modern Bigfoot story, and I love stuff like this. I think it is so fun. Like, one of my favorite podcasts is Mysterious Universe, which handles all sorts of crazy topics like Men in Black and, aliens and Bigfoot and just fae folklore, all that stuff. I love it. I find it so fun and fascinating, so I'm hoping that this will be a really great read. I have it on Kindle, but I just got it on Libro FM to listen to on audio, so I'll probably do that. But yeah, it's happening. It's happening. I'm excited. I don't know why I want it to be like Jurassic Park, because those topics are not at all similar, but part of me is still hoping. Next is In Her Shadow, and it has one of my favorite is it a trope? Probably, where it's like a house and a man and you get like whisked away and then things aren't like as dreamy as you thought they were, and basically this girl gets pregnant by this guy and he has a previous wife, and then she thinks she's gonna like move in with him and everything's gonna be fine and dandy, but it's not, okay? And quickly she's afraid that something terrible might happen to her. So, I don't know. Doesn't that sound like a little bit fun? Come on, just admit it. Next is Thunderstruck, and this is by the guy who wrote The Devil in the White City, a book I never read, but I see so much everywhere that I literally got this ebook out of social pressure. I'm not kidding. I don't even know if I'm ever going to read it because it might just be a little bit out of my interest, like a little bit. It's kind of supernaturally, but kind of criminal case-y, so it could go either way for me, honestly. And I don't know. I'm probably gonna wait and see what other people say if I'm being 100% honest with you, which it's incapable of me not to be 100% honest with you. So yeah, I might not read it, but I honestly think I just got it because I was like, yeah, everyone said this looks good, so I should get it. Peer pressure is real, people. It's real. Last is a self-development book called In Awe, and it's been a little bit since I've read a self-development book that I could really remember that was engaging, other than The War of Art, which was fantastic. But this was kind of like one of those ones where it talked about rediscovering your childlike joy, and who doesn't want that? That's something that ever since I was a teenager, I could see people change throughout life, and how you lose your childlike joy, like your desire to be in love with the world and just be fascinated. And that's something I have sort of vowed to myself to try my hardest never to lose. And sure, I've had a few moments along the way where I have lost it, and I always try to find my way back to it, because I do think that that is one of the joys of life, is just being in love with the world, and that's something I aspire to be. So if this book can help me do that, then by all means I will read it and enjoy it. Could it be fluff and terrible? Yes, but I will find out for you, and then you can go from there, my friend. So yeah, that's really it. That's a bunch of Kindle books. I do not like this Kindle book trend for, getting books, because I like physical books. I don't hate the Kindle, okay? I've gotten accustomed to it. I did protest it for a few years. I held off on it for a long time, but I finally got one because it makes sense for travel. Honestly though, I find it very difficult when I have a TBR that's not physical. Like, I can't even remember that I have these, which is part of the reason I made this video, is a little checking in with you, my fellow reader, to say, hey, I have these and I should read them and I should remember I have them. But it's not easy for me, man. I'm just a physical person, physical book. I just need it. I don't even know if I'm making sense anymore, but that is just a difficulty in the current times. I get it, I understand, but I still like my physical copies. Are you an ebook reader? Are you a physical book reader, audiobook reader? Let me know, man. I do find this a fascinating topic because people seem to be so divisive either way. It's fascinating to me. I love audiobooks and I love hardcover books and the occasional ebook. If you've heard of any of these and you think that I should absolutely bump it up to the top of my list, by all means, drop a comment and let me know. If you like this little check-in video, give it a quick thumbs up before you go, drop a comment below. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet and you like all things bookish, then go ahead, press that subscribe button, because I'm your girl. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.